This is how I would escape the 10K month glass ceiling that you will experience or have experienced if I had to do it all over again. I've tried different agency methods for just about 2 years now, and I'm gonna let you in on the 3 things that have actually worked for me. And I've tried different offers, I've done niche hopping, I've tried all of the different services like SEO, organic, paid, email, CRO, website, and I've also wasted quite a lot of time on low leverage tactics and actually done this through the span of 2 years. And that feels pretty crazy to me. Like yesterday I talked to a guy who's doing like just around 2 million a month, and he was like, oh, I started so late, I'm 26, I started at 24, and that's 2 years in itself, and he's at the place where he's at, and I've been in this game for like 2 years now, and I'm still 19, but we are far below what he's at. And we are today, by the way, like just for context, working with 19 e-com brands, and we're spending just about $1 million a month on ads, and yeah, scale their agency. So this story of before we actually cracked some sort of code, every day I was trying to learn different services, trying cold calling scripts, getting rejected. I literally did everything, like not only SMMA, but also different business models. I was not only learning, like it was not like I was procrastinating or just reading books, like I was actually locked in on big tasks and actually doing the work as well, which you're pretty surely also doing. But one day I'd look like just about more than hundreds of hours of YouTube videos. I was taking notes, I tried to make sense out of everything, and I realized like none of these people, Iman Galtzi, Charlie Morgan, Alex Ramosi, they've not succeeded by doing something a lot of people were already doing, but they're teaching you to use their methods that they have used, that no one did when they started, but that a lot of people is doing now, which basically removes that big edge. Basically what these people have realized, you have to zig. No, you have to sag when everyone sags. Everyone walks in one line, you have to do something different. For example, Iman Gadzi, he did SMMA. SMMA is now such a huge thing, but he did it in a market of 1 basically, and he's teach you some methods that you're now following, and that's why you have reached the glass ceiling. I found that niching down on industries like med spas, fashion brands, supplement brands, dental, home remodeling, all of this, it makes no sense. I found after having looking at 50 plus businesses ads that it's also like 99% of the time something stupid is being done inside of the ad account. Like just something can be fixed. And I found that having an ad spend niche makes 100 times more sense than any industry niche. And that's for this exact reason. For example, we work with this ad spend niche of people spending $20K a month on ads, and it's always something stupid being done in the ad account. It's always a bit technical as well, and you need to have the know-how and experience to be able to audit the ads, analyze them, and find the bottlenecks. And from doing that, you will actually scale them a lot because they have these stupid things being done. Because people, just like, with typical niching, you become an expert once you have worked with 100 fashion brands. Same here with ad spend, just that you're opening your market immensely. And this makes you expert, and you will just be able to, always do the best job, because there's always more technical stuff inside of the ad account than there is in anything else. And I also found that this is a bit on another note. No young people were doing LinkedIn, and that left a pretty huge market to conquer for me. And I'm just super active on LinkedIn.com, and it's basically like Facebook just for business people. And a lot of clients there, we get inbound leads every single day. So I would recommend it. But what I have to really make a big highlight on here is that Each of these are still very early in the phases. You can do that, and you can do pretty well with it. You can try it out, and you will have better luck than trying the methods that people have used through, that hundreds and thousands of people have done before you. And this is your stupid proof method. You are only getting inbound leads, you're not doing cold calls, you don't have clients churning, and you don't get objections. You have high LTV clients. You're building an actual brand in your space, which results in long-term success. And you're not niche down on industries, but rather on ad spend niches. And you focus on one crucial part over all the noise. Let me take you through that. This is something I talk about a lot. By the way, this is for you trying to scale past 10K a month. I will save you 12 months. Warren Buffett and plus 100 other billionaires have already laid out the blueprint. Warren Buffett says judgment is the single most important trait. You must accurately judge and know what your biggest move is. What has the most impact? And this goes back to focus on crucial part over all the noise. You have to do all of the other stuff like niching down on ad spend, and as a result you get higher LTV, you will build a brand, you will have inbound leads, not a lot of objections, and you will also have to do LinkedIn. But once you have this sorted as kind of a fundament, as a foundation, you need to look at your judgment. For example, could your most fundamental thing be wrong, which is your judgment? Could you have everything else right, but this one thing is slowing you down? This gets you thinking. And I hope you are thinking, like, are you just judging things incorrectly? For example, am I working with the right niche? Am I getting paid the right way? Retainer versus performance, very foundational. Am I getting leads with the best quality for the least effort? These are questions you have to ask yourself. Am I working on the right component of my business? What could I mean by this? You have it here. So, working with the right niche. And by the way, this is stuff you must sit down with yourself and answer before you sit down at your desk and open your work again and start working and reaching out to people. Like, you need to do this first. Imagine what you could be leaving on the table if you ignore this. When it comes to working with the right niche, most people talk about dental, med spas, fashion, supplements, etc. What about spend? Every level of spend, they have the same bottlenecks. You can work your way higher and higher on ad spend, and your invoices will actually get higher and higher as well because you work with more spend. And this is a super easy and trackable way to scale. So think about how you look at the concept of niching. You might look at it all wrong. This goes back to judgment. Are you getting paid the right way? For example, retainer versus performance. Which one takes you closer to your goals? Retainers, it gives you predictability, stable income, but performance is based on how much you make your clients. It actually pushes you to deliver super good results to your clients working on performance, and you actually have an easier time selling it. The latter, performance, it will push you to become better, faster, and you will actually make quite a lot of money. So I recommend everyone from 10K to 50K to do performance, and then from 50 to 100, we actually started with, for example, looking at retainers, and you have a lot of different strategies to scale from then on. Getting leads with the best quality for the least effort. Are you, for example, still doing cold calls? You just logged in, doing calls, or maybe some unique email method or some crazy AI automatic lead scraping system that nobody talks about that people are selling you? What about trying out some blue oceans, stuff that people are not doing? So far, I've succeeded great with LinkedIn. I get buckets of leads every day, and I have a VA sending out messages daily, just 30 minutes. Which goes back to you have to look where nobody is looking. LinkedIn is under-leveraged. You could put your effort from calls, emails, whatever you're doing, into LinkedIn. You could put your payment terms from retainer to performance and close more and deliver better and get better faster. You could go from niching down on industry to niching down on ad spend and now actually having a predictable way to scale. And are you focused on the best sales methods, like the best script, the best offer, how to handle objections? What about finding one big domino that can remove all of your sales problems? For example, by focusing on objections, scripts, offers, you are most likely ignoring your biggest problems. If you had the best results in your niche, you would have 0 objections. Sales would happen by themselves. This is what we have noticed now. And if you're just trying to get a better offer, handle objections better, get a better script, you're going to work against the tide, basically. You want to focus on good results, which you get by doing retainer and having an ad spend niche. And you will actually see that people are coming to you and you will have to reject people. So yeah, this is basically the new way. You just put all of your effort into client results. You will end up not having sales calls, but just digital coffees is what I'm calling them with the people I talk to. This gets you from 10 to 50K a month. It's basically inevitable because you have a good show up rate, prospects already trust you, you're using LinkedIn, and I'm booking 7 qualified calls a week through 30 minutes of DMs and VA work, and you're only sending warm DMs and maybe some warm emails as well. The old way is cold calling, sales script, it's fast, live sales script, how to book calls, best niche, objection handling, show up rate. They're always talking about this 10K target and it's a huge focus on sales, but it won't get you further. So have a think about this, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of this, leave any comments if you have a question, and I wish you all of the best. Good luck.